right, I just want to go over a few of the questions with you on more practice. So for this first one, you're looking for the arithmetic sequences. So on here, you're actually going to have 3 answers. You need to be looking for a constant addition and a common difference. So either one. Okay. That's for number 1. All right, for number 2, you are going to be looking for a constant multiplier or the common ratio. And this also has 3 answers. All right, right here, you need to pay close attention, okay? So it says Estella formed this figure by placing a 10 millimeter by 10 millimeter square tile on a grid and then repeatedly adding rows of tiles of the same size to the existing figure, okay? So each side is a 10 by 10, okay? So 1 tile, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so you have to fill in these blanks. So it says, if Estella continues to follow the same pattern of adding tiles, then the number of tiles in each successive row of the figure will form a blank sequence with a common blank of blank. All right, so after the of on C and F, that's where you're going to have a number, okay? Now, the next sentence, the total area. Very important to pay attention to. Remember, area is length times width. So if each block is a 10 by 10, keep that in mind. 10 times 10 to find the area. Okay, that's all I'm going to tell you on this one. And don't forget, on more practice, you do get up to 3 tries before it counts it wrong. All right, number 4. Number 4 says, if Estella continues to follow the same pattern of adding tiles, she will need blank tiles for the 100th row. So you're going to have to know 3 things. You're going to have to know the first term. You're going to have to know the common difference or ratio, depending what type of sequence you think this is. And you are going to have to use that recursive definition. So n minus 1, okay? And remember, you're looking for the 100th row. So you can flip back to, let's see, let me look at the page. You should be able to flip back to page 9, or even page 11. And there's some examples that shows you what you probably need to do. Okay? So, next is number 5. All right, number 5 says, if Estella continues to follow the same pattern of adding tiles. How many tiles will she need to build all 100 rows of the pattern? Okay, so keyword right here is all. Okay, so I'm going to give you a hint. Your hint is using the pair method, okay? It was used on page 11, so you can go back and look at that. Okay, you're gonna have to use, you're gonna have to know number 4 to answer number 5, because you're gonna have to know how many tiles was in your 100th row. Okay, so make sure you know number 4 to answer number 5. All right, number 6. All right, so now we're looking at something called the Sierpinski triangle. And we will actually learn more about this Sierpinski triangle next week. But for now, each new figure is formed by dividing the center triangle into the previous figure of 4 congruent triangles. Okay, so look, we have a wait, let me give a markup. We have a triangle. Okay, the next one has 1, 2, 3, 4. The next one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so it is breaking it down into, I'm giving you a hint here, here's your hint, into 4 congruent triangles each time. Okay? So I'll go ahead and show you the first one. So since it's breaking it down 4 times, we can say 192 times a 4th, or 192 divided by 4. Okay? All right. Next. I'm not giving you this one. No hint. You don't need a hint on this one because I just gave you a hint on number 6. That goes from number 7. So look back at number 6 for this one. All right, number 8. This says, suppose this pattern continues. The sum, important word, of the areas of the center triangles in the first 4 terms of the sequence of the figure is blank square units. Okay? Here's what you got to know. You have to use number 6 and number 7, okay? Since it says the sum, we use the sigma. So remember, well, you don't really, you can use the sigma. So sigma or this equation. I think I would use this one. This will be more, it'll be better. It'll be easier for you. So use the star, one that I starred, okay? Remember, T1 is first term. R is my rate. And N is the number of terms that I have. So it tells me first 4 terms. Okay, so you're going to have to use number 6 and 7 to find out the first term and the rate. All right, next we are hopping to number 11. All right, and this is what you learned way back when in probably like the 7th grade. Okay, so a ball is dropped from the height of 160. The ball loses 25% of its previous height after each bounce. So first, we have to change 25% to a decimal, okay? Now, 160 times 0.25 gives us 40. Since it says it loses, we have to say 160 minus 40 is 120, okay? Then we keep doing that pattern all the way down till we get to the last block. Got it? All right. Next we have number 14, okay? So all you have to do here is locate the difference of the height on each bounce. So you're going to look at number of bounces. Look at 1. It goes to 120. If you look at number 2, it goes to about 90. If you look at number 3, it goes to about 65. Okay, so you're going to have to determine if it is adding or subtracting the same thing each time, or if it is multiplying or dividing the same thing each time, or if it's doing neither. Okay, so be careful on number 14. Number 15 is kind of a little tricky. So, you got 4 positions, okay? It gives you the first one. The ball is dropped from a height of 160, okay? So you have, here's your first one. It just goes straight down, okay? So obviously, 160 is going to be right here, okay? Now, you just solved the 25% each time on number 11. So you were going to actually have to use number 11. Okay? You got to pick up where you left off. So let me show you from 1 to 2. So from 1 to 2, in this point right here, we're going to have to, hold on, let me turn my pen on. We're going to have to add, okay? So for 160, for the position 1, we obviously have 160. All right, now it's 25%, okay? But I want to find the total vertical distance. Keyword total. So I'm saying 160 plus 120 plus 120 is 400. So I've got to find this spot, this spot, this spot, and this spot. And those spots are the same thing as what you did on number 11, okay? I think that's the last one. Yep. All right, so this is due on Sunday at 3 p.m. But if you have questions, go ahead and let me know.